Hi guys, welcome to my channel Shobbosfuri Talks. Now it's been more than 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video in YouTube. So it's a long time for me, and another new addition to this channel is I am actually moving this channel from Bengali version to English because few people think that I should need to engage with more people, and if I try to connect with more people, then I have to transform from Bengali to English. So it doesn't matter for me at all because I'm well comfortable with this. But the thing is, I don't know whether it would be a good idea or not, but let's see and hope for the best. And please, this is my first attempt, so there are some places where I might fumble. So please bear with me, guys. Let's move on to the football. Now, the today's match is Liverpool versus Arsenal, and the scoreline is Liverpool 3 and Arsenal 1. Now, you might be wondering and you might be thinking that the score sheet tells itself that Liverpool dominated the match. That is true. Liverpool dominated throughout the match and it was like dictatorship. But Arsenal got their chances, Arsenal got their opportunities, but Arsenal was unable to capitalize those crucial moments and opportunities. And I think if those chances and if those opportunities were capitalized by Arsenal perfectly, then this scoreline would be different. I think that is my complete opinion. And the next thing is, I might be wondering why Dani Ceballos was on the bench. He is such a crucial player for Arsenal, and after his arrival, it was a complete changed Arsenal. He was pulling the strings from the midfield. He was providing some blistering through balls for Lacazette and Aubameyang, and some aerial balls as well. He was everywhere. He was the brain of the Arsenal team, as I told you earlier in my previous analysis. So he should have started. But I also think that it's a away game for Arsenal, and they should try to make a clean sheet, and that may be their first priority. And that was the reason they benched Dani Ceballos and played Xhaka and Elneny in the double pivoting position. So without wasting any kind of time, let's move on to lineup and formation. So I start off with Liverpool's lineup and formation. There is one change in this formation and in this lineup, that is Joe Gomez back to his normal centre back position, where Fabinho returned back to his normal midfield position. He was playing centre back position in the last match against Chelsea. So Liverpool used to play 4-3-3 with the ball formation, where we know that everyone is pretty much same for Liverpool because they used to play in this formation pretty much well, and their main tactics was one of the midfielder drop back to the defense line and make it a back three, so that two side backs, that is Robertson and Trent, can go higher up the pitch to provide assist, cross and generate attacks as well. It was something like this. One of them drop in here and they overlap. Now here Trent can connect with Salah and here Robertson can relate with Sadio Mane. Now here is the most important thing, that is Roberto Firmino. The position of Roberto Firmino was, it's actually not centre forward. He used to drop back in the midfield and attacking line position, and he actually connect those dots for Liverpool. He used to connect with Salah and Mane and provide an assist, and he does everything. Now that is the reason why we are not able to see Roberto Firmino in the score sheet like Salah and Mane, because he used to provide those dots, he used to connect those small patches, and he used to do all kind of things that a midfielder should need to do, because Roberto Firmino is very much good in this position. So Roberto Firmino do this kind of does this kind of does this kind of things. So it is something like that. With the with the ball, this formation is 4-3-3. Without ball, this formation changes to 4-2-2, where the front liner is no one but Salah and Firmino, and Mane drop back to the midfield, and it has become something like this. The back four remains the same, and just Mane dropped back from the front line to the midfield. This is without ball formation for Liverpool. Now moving on to the Arsenal lineup and formation. Arsenal used to play different kind of formation, but today Arsenal was playing 3-4-3. Now the back three was holding David Luiz, Tierney. Wing backs were Maitland-Niles, Bellerin, and two pivoting midfielders were Granit Xhaka and Elneny. And the frontliners were Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Willian. And the reason behind this, because this formation is very much flexible. When they used to face any kind of press from the opponent, these two wing backs drop back to the defense line and make it a back five, and one of the frontliners drop back to the midfield and make it four. So this formation without ball becomes something like this. Sometimes it's 5-4-1, or sometimes it's 5-3-2. So this is the basic change Arsenal used to provide in their gameplay. Now moving on to the gameplay, how Liverpool are able to make this result 3-1. Now Liverpool used to do one thing, that is, we already know that Liverpool's main attacking formation is they used to provide their side backs were so high up on the pitch and provide assist and attacks. There may be some vulnerability that because of their position in the high pitch, there are some spaces in the back that can be exploited by the opponent wingers as well. But that's their strategy, that's their way of playing. So let's talk about today's match. Now the first goal scored by Arsenal was actually against the play, because, and the reason behind it was Fabinho was out of his position. Fabinho was out of his position because he should have somewhere like this, but he was here, and because of that position, in this situation, Lacazette got the ball and feed it to the wing towards Maitland-Niles, who was here. Now when Maitland-Niles crosses, Lacazette supposed to be here, but the cross was not perfect. Now how did Arsenal score? Because of the genuine howler by Robertson. There was no pressure, there was no such pressure for Robertson in that situation, but Robertson was unable to receive the ball properly, and that ricochet provide an edge ahead of Arsenal. Because of that ricochet, Lacazette got the ball and he scored. Now Lacazette didn't even properly connected the ball in that situation, in that moment, but still Alisson already committed at that moment, so he was unable to save the ball. 1-0 for Arsenal. Now things started to getting more interesting furthermore as well, because at that moment Liverpool used to do one thing, that is Van Dijk used to provide some very good aerial balls towards Mane and Salah, and at that position Salah and Mane was very much keen to have those balls at this position, and because of that reason, from that aerial ball they used to initiate the attack from these two positions, where Firmino was up in the field and they can have support from two side backs, that is Trent, Robertson, and already they have Fabinho, Naby Keita and Wijnaldum. So you can see that they can easily use a lot of players to initiate an attack with this aerial threat, with this aerial ball. Now Liverpool used to do this. Now they used to do one thing, that is they used to play some boring back passes, and that now there were no problem for Liverpool to initiate their attack from the back, because Arsenal was never very high on the pitch, because Arsenal was actually not at all keen to press high, because they knew that if they overplayed in some position, Liverpool will punish them badly. That will be a problem. Now, but in one or two cases, Xhaka lost his patience and he started to press high. Now, here three players will press four guys. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Willian. Now, Elneny and Xhaka should have to be here to provide some defensive cover for them. Now, because Gomez and Van Dijk were playing back passes and they can have assist, they can have in support Robertson and Trent, so they can shuffle up between them. But that may be a very boring thing to do, but Xhaka used to press a bit high, and because Xhaka pressed a bit high, this space got exposed and Virgil van Dijk feed the ball in here, and here we got who? We got Roberto Firmino, and he used to have the ball in here, and he already got support by Naby Keita, Mane, Salah. So you can see that definitely from this position, Roberto Firmino can easily initiate an attack and provide some interesting facts in the attacking position, in the attacking third as well. So that is one point that caused them a problem. Now if we talk about this equalizer by Liverpool, in that situation, two Arsenal players covering Naby Keita, and because of that, when they covering one player, someone must be left his position and be at this position. Because of that, they covered Naby Keita, but Roberto Firmino got the ball and feed it to the channel towards Mohamed Salah. Now Mohamed Salah got Tierney in here. Now Tierney got no support in this position, and because of that Tierney got exposed, and Mo Salah easily got past Tierney and take the shot. But Leno saved it for the first time, but it was a genuine basic tap in for Mane and to score 1-1. Now move on to the second goal that was scored by Liverpool, that is 2-1. In that position, the main problem was the position of Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin should have to be here when Trent crossed. Hector Bellerin should have to be here, but Hector Bellerin was here. He was very close towards Holding. Holding was very much right in his position, but there was no need to go further in this deep position. Because of this position, he exposed this area and Robertson got in here, and because of that, Robertson easily received the ball and scored it from here. Now you can see that if Hector Bellerin was aware of the fact that he should have been in his position, then this goal should not happen. But Robertson was very much agile and quick in his position to score 2-1. Now in the second half, things got very much interesting, because Dani Ceballos was brilliant in that position. He provided some interesting and very blistering 2 or 3 through balls towards Lacazette, Aubameyang and as well as Hector Bellerin. But Lacazette was unable to capitalize that through ball when he faced 1v1 situation with Alisson, and he was unable to score. Now guess what, if he scored in that position, then the scoreline would become 2-all. Now Liverpool could not have win that match as well, because there was some panic, there were some situation where you have to score, so things could have been different if Lacazette scored at that position, but he was unable to score. And in football, if you did not capitalize your opportunities, you will definitely get punished. Now if we talk about the third goal of Liverpool, that is Diego Jota could have scored more goals, but he was unable to do that. But on the final occasion, he got the ball in here, just in front of the goal. Though few players are already covering his path, but his volley was so perfect and well placed in that position that Leno was unable to move a bit. He has no idea where the ball is going, and it was unable to, and Arsenal fans were unable to restrict that goal. Jota was perfect in his position to score this goal. So you can see that how Arsenal players are actually choking in these opportunities. Arsenal's main point of view was to work on counter attacks. That's why they actually use this 3-4-3 formation, because they have three very agile frontliners, that is Aubameyang, Lacazette and Willian. And David Luiz used to play from the back and provide the aerial balls towards this zone. Now Liverpool's this zone is very vulnerable, because Trent is not that much good in his defensive abilities like Robertson. So this is the vulnerable area for Liverpool that Arsenal were actually exploiting, but unable to do much damage to it. Now problem is another problem is Liverpool were actually suffocating the build-up play of Arsenal. Arsenal used to play a diamond kind of formation where they have two centre backs here holding David Luiz and here Elneny or Xhaka. They used to play from here, and that is a complete diamond formation. And Tierney moved back to this, and Bellerin was here. Now here Keita was blocking his path, Salah was pressing high and Mane was pressing high, and Wijnaldum was pressing high to block this path. And here you have Trent to block the path of Tierney. For that reason, Leno has to go for the long balls, but most of the cases he got none other than Virgil van Dijk or Joe Gomez. So it was very hard for them to start from the back, because the most interesting fact is here the most important player is Dani Ceballos. He used to pull all those strings. Those strings were never being pulled efficiently like Ceballos, because Xhaka and Elneny were good. There is no point of doubt. But the thing is, they were not that efficient and they were not that as classy as Dani Ceballos, and that costed them a problem to build up their game from the back, because Arsenal was very good in their game plan to build up their attack from the back. We have seen it earlier as well. When Arsenal last met against Liverpool, they used to play like this, and Dani Ceballos has played a very crucial part in that. But I don't know, maybe that may be a reason. For that reason, Arsenal wasn't able to score another goal and put pressure on Liverpool. So that's it for today. Today's match analysis is something like this. So if you like my video, then please like and share. And if you are new to my channel, then do subscribe my channel, because I really need your support, guys. And if you think that there are some problems, I know that in this video, this is my first hand experience, so there are some problems, there are errors. So you can comment it down in my comment section, and if you suggest me anything that I can make it in any better, or make it in any way, many interesting and making it more funny or making it more interesting for you guys, you can suggest me on my comment section as well. So that's it for today. Thank you and good night. Bye.